everyone! Today we're drawing one of the cutest Pokemon ever, Eevee. This tutorial is super simple and perfect for beginners or anyone who loves Procreate art. Before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video so the YouTube algorithm can help more people who love drawing Procreate art. Now, grab your iPad, grab your Apple Pencil, and open up the Procreate app. Let's jump right in. The first thing we're going to do is, of course, make a new canvas. Let's tap on the little plus right here and say screen size. Now, since we want our Eevee to be symmetrical for her face and her ears, eyes, and all her facial features, I want to turn on symmetry. So to do that, let's go to the wrench, go to Canvas, then go to Drawing Guide, then say Edit Drawing Guide. Then we're going to go to Symmetry over here, and make sure on Options it's set to Vertical. The default color is black, so we can just click Done, and then now we have our symmetry line. For our color, I want to grab black, and for our brush, I want the script. Our opacity is at 100% and our size is at, I want it to be pretty small, maybe 6%, 5 or 6%. So now we're going to start with Eevee's head. So let's zoom in a bit. And then I'm going to start over here on the right side and make kind of like a roundish square shape, like this. Or even you can make her cheeks go out a bit, just like that. I'm gonna erase this part over here and then make her face go more up. And we can tap and hold to get a perfect line. You can make it shorter by using the eraser tool. And then grab the brush again. Now I want to flip our canvas over so we can get a better angle. And I want to draw the ears now. We're gonna make this curved motion, and then another one that it's parallel of it, just like that. We can make the bottom a bit thicker, like that. And I want to make some fur over here, just some simple natural fur motions. It's just spikes. And then let's make an inside of the ear. And remember, while we're drawing on one side, it's happening on the other side symmetrically. So we can just connect this just to give the ear some more depth. And then now let's make some fur on her head. So we'll just make some simple fur shapes like this. So now she has some fur on her head. Next, let's do her facial features, which is her eyes, her nose, and her mouth. I want to start with her nose and her mouth. So let's just draw a little cute button nose like this, really small. And then right below it, I want to draw a cute smile. Just like that. You can even make this smile a bit more soft, so we can use the eraser tool, make it smaller, and erase this. Just to make it more subtle. Perfect. I actually want to erase this nose and push it more so it's closer to our mouth. Perfect, now let's draw her eyes. I want them to be kind of ovally again. So we're gonna go like this. Slightly curved motion. Then we're gonna come up with another curved motion. And then connect the curve, just like this. Everything's gonna be super curvy because if everything is straight and jagged, it makes her look neat. But soft eyes makes her look really cute. Perfect, there's a bit of a thickness right here, so let's erase that. Perfect, now let's draw her light in the eyes, the white part. So it's gonna be a nice circle like this. And then let's draw a little pupil right here, so we can just color this in. Perfect. And I wanna draw some eyebrows right here, so it looks like "Don't mess with me," just to give her some more attitude. I like it. Perfect. Okay, now we're gonna do her fur color. So let's make the size a bit bigger. Let's go for 8%. Now we're gonna start, you can start on either side. I'm gonna start on the left side. And we're gonna make some curved motions, just like this. Just keep on going. It just keeps on connecting, just like this. And until you have about maybe 3 or 4. Let's go like this, and then like that. make this one even bigger. We're gonna go to the layer menu and turn off drawing assist. Because now I don't want drawing assist because I'm gonna make another curve, but it's gonna come out, then in, then out, and then a curve like that. This is kind of like the middle part. I wanna redo it just to make it a bit more thick. It's like the big fur part right in the middle of her collar. Perfect, now we can turn back drawing assist. Now we're gonna be doing her legs. So I wanna start up here. Or even, yeah, we can start up here. Actually, let's start with her feet. So I'm gonna go like this. It's gonna be like a kind of an A shape. Then we're gonna come in and then make this cute little bottom of her feet. Just like that. And then from up here, we're gonna come down and then connect. Just like this. Now I wanna add some cute little paws right here. And then of course, her outer legs. Actually, let's make this part of her leg a bit more shorter. So it comes in like this. And then we can erase this part so we have more space for her back legs. You can tap the brush. And then make her legs. And then we can even add a cute underbelly right here. Perfect, now we got her legs and the main part. Now we gotta add her tail. Let's come over here on this little points where the collar meets her feet. And then let's make a big curve and then some spikes and then another curve. Oops, let's turn off drawing assist. We don't want her to have two tails. So like this, that comes in. Perfect, now we got her tail on the side. I want to add a bit more detail to it, some more, maybe this part could be white. Perfect, so now we got our lines for our Eevee. Now let's color her. So for her color, I want to use a nice brownish, yellowish color. Let's see how this one looks. Maybe a bit lighter and more yellow, so we can push this. Let's see how this looks. I think that looks great. And we can say continue filling up here and tap in all the places we want. We can tap in all the places where we want this yellow to be. And then we don't want this fur collar to come in, so we can just slide. Oops, let's slide to the left to get it out of the fur collar. We can say continue filling and then tap in this right here, the outer layer of the ear, and maybe on this underbelly part. For the inside of her ears, I kind of want a purplish color. Maybe, or even like this, we can go to purple, and make like a, or even this, like a pinkish magenta color, like that. You can even be a bit darker. Like that. Now let's do her cute little nose. Color it in, just tap. And for her fur color, I want it to be the same color as this part of the tail. Let's do a nice light kind of peach color for that. Maybe even lighter. I want it to be almost white. Even lighter. That looks great. You can tap in both places. Next, let's do her back leg. So I want that to be a little bit darker, so we can just check that color drop, tap and hold to get that color, and just go a bit darker. And then drag it in. So you continue filling, tap right there. For her tail, I want it to be darker. And then let's do her eyes, which is gonna be a nice brown. So all of this is basically just shades of brown. Let's see. Let's get this dark color, maybe darker. I think she has like chestnut color eyes. Maybe even darker. Just like that. Perfect, and you can just tap this check up there to get out of it. Now we have our flat colors. I want to add some light and shadow now. So to do that, let's go into the layer menu and then tap layer 1, click the plus, and we're going to go to this N and scroll up to multiply. Then we're going to tap on layer 2 and turn on clipping mask so the shadow, which is multiply, only goes on our Eevee layer. So let's start with her tail shadow. And we can make the brush bigger now. Let's go for 33%. And we're just gonna color in all the shadow. Just basically all the parts where another object or another part of her body covers another part. Just like that. We can even now go on her fur collar, go over here, over there, right there. All these lines right here. We'll just come in here. And then on this side, I want the light to be hitting over here, so on the right side is where all the shadow is gonna be. So let's just color over here, also right there, and even one more right here. Now let's go for her feet. Just put it right over here. And then of course, her front legs are covering her back legs, so let's go over here on this line. And then let's also go for her underbelly. We can grab that color. I want to add some shadow over here on the right side, on the right side of this leg. Also over here. Perfect, now let's go to her face. We can get this color. You can put it over here on the ears. So let's get this side, this right side. The shadow. Also over here, it looks like a really realistic shadow. You can erase some parts that come over. Let's also go for her nose. Just do the bottom part because the top part is going to be the light. Perfect, so now we got our shadow. I want to make another layer for the shadow that we're going to use Gaussian blur to blur it. So we're just going to go to layer 1, then tap the plus for a new layer. It's already going to be on Clippy Mask. Then we can click the N and scroll up to multiply. So the areas I want shaded are the eyes and her face. We can just make some blob-like shapes on her eyes. And then we can use the smudge tool, let's set it to 9%, to smudge it a bit. We're still going to use Gaussian blur, but this is just to get into shape so it doesn't, when we blur it using Gaussian blur, it doesn't look too fake. It's okay if it's just scribbles. You can also go over here, make the brush even bigger, 23%, and go in all the parts of the eye. Now let's also grab this color of the face and make a little line over here on the right side. And just blur it like this. Go crazy. Perfect. So now let's go to the magic wand and click Gaussian blur. And we can just slide to the right and it gets a nice blur. Just like this. Perfect. Now let's add some light. So we can merge these two multiply layers. Then we're gonna go to layer 1, tap the plus, and now instead of scrolling up to multiply, we're gonna go to add, which is for light. So now we're just, every place we already added some shadow, let's just add light on the opposite side. So right here, that's a bit too much. We can grab this color and put it over here, and then on her fur collar, let's put some white over here, right here too. On her face. Also on her ears, and then even we can add some on her eyes. And then of course on her nose, right at the top. Perfect, now let's use Gaussian blur again to blur all this, just like that. And we get that perfect blur of light. It looks so realistic. Maybe let's go for 16%. I like how the light also looks on her collar. Perfect, so now we've got our Eevee. Now let's do the background. So we can turn off this line right here. So we can go to the wrench, turn off drawing guide. And then also before I forget, we should merge all these layers and then fill in this white part of her eyes. And just drag it, get white, say continue filling, tap a few times, and then we have her white. Let's use the move and transform tool to move her down a bit. Maybe like that. And then now I want to make a new layer, tap and hold on it, and drag it underneath our Eevee. Let's add some grass and some sky, some clouds and a sun, because I think Pokemon, a lot of them are outside. And then I want to use a more artistic brush, which is the water pen. And we can just go along this bottom right here and make a nice grass effect. We can even get a darker color for her shadow, like this, and we can kind of blur it a bit. We don't need to use a smudge tool for it. just like that. Now let's do the sky. I want it to be a nice blue color. Let's go for like light blue. We don't want it to be too light because I'm gonna add some clouds. And let's just go over the top here, just like this. You can see water pen is really good because it mixes the white too, so it's a nice texture. It's really good for artistic paintings, just like this one. Perfect, now let's add some white clouds. We can just grab white and then come over here and make this round motion. Just like this. We can do one over here, right below her. And of course, let's add a sun. I want to put it on the left side because that's where our light is. So let's put it right up here. A nice sun. You make it like that. And then I want to also blur these clouds a bit. So we can go to the smudge tool and then go to water pen. And then we can just smudge it like this. We just smudge the bottom of this. And there you have it. Our adorable Eevee is all done. I hope you had fun drawing with me today. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and share so more people can discover fun Procreate tutorials like this one. Don't forget to subscribe for more drawing videos, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!